hear me good. I'm going to talk about getting into trucking, especially now. This is 2024, end of August. Which is rates are kind of tight right now. If you don't got a company you pull freight for, and you're running off the stock market, not stock market but spot market, meaning load boards, and you don't got you do not have your own shipper. It's a little tight right now. It depends on, you're pulling dry van, reefer, refrigerated freight meaning, or flatbed, or drop deck, or RGN, dropping hook stuff. It depends, but I know on the drop deck side that I'm pulling, it depends on where you're going. It depends on what kind of relationship you have with your with brokers. Depends on how long your authority's been active, and so that's what I'm going to get at today, and how to start and hopefully be a successful trucking company. How to start your trucking company and how to be successful. I've been in this for going on 11 years, and I made a lot of mistakes, so I'm hoping this can help you learn firsthand. And it's free information. I mean, you don't even have to subscribe, but if you would, I'm trying to get my channel built up. If you would do subscribe and like and comment below if you have any other advice for somebody beginning that's thinking about getting into trucking. Like I said, I've made a lot of mistakes, so if I could go back and learn from my mistakes and go back starting a trucking company, I'd be very well off right now. In my opinion, I might not, but anyhow. All right, so let's get going with it. First of all, before you can think about trucking, so when I started trucking, I didn't have my CDLs. I hired CDL drivers, and that can work for you. However, to make the most profit right out the gate, unless you know you can get a shipper and you have the money to start it, then it depends on your budget. But I'm talking about for somebody like me that's just a one truck operation starting off. I didn't have a shipper, and so what I would advise anybody to do is to get their CDLs, Class A's, and depending on what kind of truck you want, I would advise to before get your CDLs, Class A's, and look at older trucks with no emissions, or just AGR, like I say around 2006 and older. And if you don't mind running electronic logs, then you 2000 and newer is electronic logs. If you have a 1999, if you buy a 1999 or older, then you get to run paper logs for now. I don't know what the future plans for as far as the older trucks. I have no idea, but I do like older trucks. They're easier to work on, cheaper, and so if you get your CDLs, I would, it would help if you have good hands, as far as mechanic hands, mechanically inclined, knowing how to work on things. There's a lot of YouTube videos that shows you how to work on these trucks and how to fix them. And if you can do that, you're going to be one up on everybody. Or if you have somebody that knows how to work on trucks that's willing to come help you on the weekend or whenever they have time to show you, if you're not mechanically inclined, to show you and learn how to work on trucks, then that's a great deal. You don't want to have to rely on a shop, small or big, to get your truck in and fix it, because these trucks, they're gonna break down. You're gonna have flat tires. I actually had a flat tire about a week ago in Minnesota, and I had the right size tire on my trailer that I had tied down on my trailer up underneath it, and I changed the tire right in the truck parking lot. I had all my tire tools, and I changed it right then. I saved money. I put a good used tire on it, and I didn't have to wait on somebody to come out to put a tire on and pay a lot of money. I mean, it'd probably been like $500 just to do that, just to do a tire. For them to call to come in, it could be more than that. I have no idea what it is now. I try to do everything myself to save money and to get me back on the road. So if you're waiting on the shop to get your truck finished and that's your only income, then all the revenue that's going out the window, because you're waiting on the shop. You don't know how fast the shop's going to be. You don't know what kind of people the shop's going to have working on your trucks or truck, and if they take pride in their work. And so those two right there, CDLs, of course, you need CDLs, and I'd start off with one truck, you driving it, and try to be mechanically inclined or have somebody that's willing to show you and help you work on it, and try to stay away from shops best you can, if you can. Like I said, there's a lot of YouTube videos that shows you how to do stuff. Google research, the internet can be your friend in that area, especially somebody that's hands-on, you got living close to you. All right, and so if you got those two, you're doing good. What I would do is get that, and whatever job you're working, whether you are a trucker working for a company wanting to get your own truck, or you got a job that you're ready to be done with, you want a little, I'd say, freedom, choosing your own destiny on making money, then save money. Okay, you want to, and these, I don't know if you would want to put them in order or not, but I guess saving money would be the number one thing, and then getting your CDLs and like I said, learning how to work on these trucks and picking a good truck out. There's a lot of videos on YouTube to help you pick a good truck out, and what to look for when you're going to pick a truck out and buy it. How many miles it's blow by once it gets heated up to temp, have they changed the oil in it and all that. I kind of want to, honestly, when I look at the truck, I want a truck that's got 10,000 13,000 miles on the oil. After they change it, I want 13,000 miles spent on the oil. I want to get it up to operating temperature, take it down the road and see if there's a bunch of blow by coming out. Like I said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look up all this on other YouTube channels, and because you don't want to buy a truck and unless you get it for dirt cheap, and you still got money in the account to fix it up, and put new parts on it. Anyhow, it all depends. So save money. You want to save money, keep your job, and build your account up. Unless you can borrow money for low interest rate. Because to start a trucking company, it's going to it's going to cost you. You're going to have a lot of upfront cost. Okay, you got to buy a truck. You know, you can lease trailers, you can rent trailers, and it depends on what company. You know, it depends. Some people, some rental companies won't let you rent unless you have so much time on your authority. And but if you can buy a trailer and a truck, that's what I would do. Whether it's dry van, flatbed, I don't know. Whatever you think you're going to be comfortable with doing, I would recommend saving enough money up, or if you can borrow the money with a low interest rate, getting a good truck that's not going to tire up, and at least give you, you know, hopefully a year to 2 years before anything major happens, and a good trailer. I would recommend buying a truck and trailer to start with, unless you find a deal you can drop and hook under your own authority. And this is for people that wants to have their own authority, that have their own truck and not lease stones to somebody else's. And State Patrol got somebody pulled over here. So it's going pretty good bit of speed. And anyhow, let's get back to it. So upfront costs, just, you know, price everything. Know how much you need to save up. You know, get your CDLs, have time on them, because the insurance company, that's the next thing. The insurance company is going to look at how long you've been in business. If you're first starting off with a new CDL, the insurance is going to be, you're going to, you know, be real surprised. I mean, I don't know what it is now, but when I first started, just the insurance itself, just per month, was about $2,200 per month, and it was through Progressive. And it's the only insurance company that would insure me with a new license and new authority. All right, and another thing you're going to run into when you get this going is brokers. If you're unless you have a shipper, brokers on the spot market, they're going to look at how much time you've had on your authority. That's your MC number, motor carrier number. And some of them, it's not going to run you. You're going to have at least, you know, 60 days to 90 days, some a whole year, some, you know, 6 months on your authority. You got to have time on it before brokers start using you. Not all brokers, but some. And so you're going to run into that. So my recommendation, what I would do, is I would stay with my job. And if you're a trucker, I'd just keep trucking. I would save money. All right, as soon as you get the money up, as soon as you get, however you get it, go ahead and buy you a truck. Go look for you a good truck and trailer. Okay, go ahead and get it, and go ahead and start your authority business. I would get a good transport company, not transport company, but a good people that sets up, that helps sets up your authority. He gets all the paperwork and does all the footwork for you. I would do that because they know what they're doing, they know what you need, and they can be your best friend. So I would find somebody that helps you get your authority started, and they can do everything for you for a fee. I would go ahead and get your authority started, in which you're going to have insurance. Okay, so figure out the cost of a truck, cost of a trailer, cost of getting things set up, all this, all you gotta do is ask and look up. It's free. You don't have to get going. Just figure out how much it's going to cost you to get started. How much is it going to cost you in insurance? You know, because you're going to have to pay so much up front to get started. You're going to have to pay the people to get your authority started. So ask them, hey, how much does it usually cost for y'all to start my authority? Call an insurance company up. You know, usually Progressives is going to be who you're going to have to go through, or you can do an online quote. But first, you know, get it all on paper before you spend anything. How much it's going to take to get everything going, as far as, like I said, truck, trailer, insurance, finding the people that can get your authority started for you, and that costs. And then you want to have money to, you got to buy fuel when you start. You want to have money for maintenance. You're going to have oil changes. It depends on the motor manufacturer, but usually every 15,000 miles. Depends on the truck, if it's got new tires on it or not, how the brakes are when you buy it, all that. You need to save money up for maintenance. You need to have it put back. And what I would do, I'd go ahead, figure up all that, save the money up. When you get that money saved up, buy you a truck and trailer, go ahead and get your authority going, get somebody to help you with that, and then get your insurance started. And I'll go ahead and get all that, because it's going to take a few weeks to get your authority, and you got to have insurance on your truck and trailer before your authority can be active. So and the people that does your authority, they'll tell you that. If they're experienced, they've done it, they know. And so go ahead and get all that started. And if you can, I would stay at your job. Now don't go quitting it. Have the money saved up, keep working, and let at least 3 months go by with your authority active on your truck and trailer. Yes, you're going to have to pay insurance, and I know people's going to say, I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't do that. But what if you get out there and you can't find brokers that's going to use you? Like I said, unless you got a shipper, then go at it right off the bat. But if you don't have a shipper and you're relying on load boards, then my recommendation, I would wait, because if you get stuck somewhere and you don't have somebody to, a broker be like, no, you gotta have more time on your authority, you're gonna run into that. And to get more loads and kind of go where you want to go and good loads, that's just me, I would recommend getting your authority and kind of winging it, staying your job for about 3 months, 90 days, and then get into the truck after 90 days, start trucking. And then you have majority, at least, and like I said, some brokers are not going to use it because you got to have 6 months or a year. But you start 90 days, so you're going to have a majority of brokers that will use you. Okay? And the ideal rate per mile to run a truck on right now, with the fuel the way it is, the lowest, right now it's kind of averaging $2 a mile, the way things are. But always shoot for higher. I always ask the broker, ask them for a little extra. I always shoot for at least $2 a mile until things get better. If not, it depends on the area you're going in. The Northeast, you want more money, because usually it's not good coming out. If you're going to Florida, depends. Like, I'm speaking from experience on this drop deck. If I'm going Northeast, or if I'm going to Florida, I'm going to have a good rate going into those areas. because if I don't, there's not good paying freight coming out. And you'll learn this, and whatever kind of trailer you're pulling, you will learn this as you get experience, and you'll figure it out. But that's what I would do. Like I said, have money up front, figure out how much money you need, look at YouTube videos on how to pick a good truck out, good used truck, and the used truck is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be brand new, obviously, but you want something to get you started for a few years, at least a year or two, before you have to spend a lot of money on it. You want to build your account up, and all the money that you get in now. And the way I do things is I do profit and loss for each week. I know what my bills are per month, so I know what I need to make each week to be able to pay my bills and to put, get ahead. So this is not my bills, but say for example, your truck payment, trailer payment, if you have those, unless you save the money and buy it outright, then you're doing really good. But if you have a truck payment, you have trailer payment, then you have groceries, you have a light bill at home. If you have a house, I don't know if your house is paid off or not. Say if it's not, you got mortgage payment. I don't know if your car will be paid off or not. You got to throw all that in, grocery bill, everything, all that, and for each month, and add it up. Even your fuel, fuel for your car, not your truck. But I'll add all that up, divide it by 4 is what I usually do, and that's what you need to make to pay for everything per week. Okay, say it's $2,000 a week. I'm just throwing a number out. That's not my bills. I'm just saying let's just say $2,000 a week. Okay. All right. So you gross $5,000 that week in a truck. Okay. Well, you 5,000 minus 2, well, at least you were 3,000. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. All right. Well, let's say you got to take out fuel. How much fuel did your truck burn that week? Did you burn 1,500? Did you burn 2,000? You got to take that out. Then at least you will. Say you burned $2,000 worth of fuel. Well, 2,000 minus 3 is at least you won. Well, that's your profit. Well, you don't want to go, oh, I got $1,000. Really, you want to make more than that. You want to net more than that. In my opinion, I try my best to net more than that, because of the expense nowadays. Because you got more expense now because of inflation. So anyhow, I mean, yeah, of course, net something. At least you're going to get ahead, but you need to net more than 1,000. And sometimes, hey, you gotta have a bad week. It's expected. That's the way it goes. The way it is. It's expected. That's the way things are. But try to average out. Try to net, 2,000 a week. It's what my goal is. But I try to do more than that. Not all the time. I will. Not all the time. That's just me. That's just how I do. Because to net more, the harder you need to run. And then, like I said, if you're on E-logs, you're kind of limited. With the way the hours and stuff is for the trucks now, even with paper logs, but it just depends on what kind of runs you got, what do you do, and whatnot. And there's going to be people out there, I can broker your loads for a small percentage. I don't recommend that, because think about, if you're making, say, your gross 6,000, and they're taking like, 6 7% out of that, or 3%. I mean, that's at the end of the month you save up. That's a payment you can pay on something if you got payments. You know, learn the load board. You'll figure it out. I use DAT, and also Truck Smarter's got a free load board, and you can bid on Truck Smarter for some things. And what's the other? DAT and Truck Stop. That's the three that I use. And like I said, when you're negotiating rate, don't be afraid to be like, well, look, I would like to have, can we be at this rate? However you want to say it, I don't know. But know your worth. Don't settle for less, man. That's what's wrong with people just taking cheap freight. They can keep taking it. Guess what? Brokers are going to make a killing, and you're not. So figure out the brokerage that's actually pay a fair rate. Try to get a good fair rate from brokers, and because you want to help. You're not only helping your business out succeed. You're gonna, we're all truck drivers. So we're all on our own trucks, and we have the big carriers that's against us. It's a lot. They got a lot of money to lobby the Congress to get them to urge them to pass bills that's good for them but not for us. But the more independent trucking companies that we can get, the more truck drivers that's driving for these companies that can quit and have their own trucks. This is part of the reason why I'm making this video, to kind of help you. If you've been thinking about starting your own company, you've been driving for somebody, big company, and you're tired of them, you want to have your own truck, hey, it's a good blessing, but I'm just trying to get you on the right path where you can succeed. And if you got any questions, comment below, like and subscribe. I don't know if I covered every single bit in this video. I hope I did. I don't know. But the more independent truckers that we can get, people say, oh, well, there are going to be more people using the spot market. Well, the way I look at it, the less these big companies has drivers, they're going to have to figure out a way to get the cover the shipment for the shipper. So if they ain't got the truck capacity, guess where it's going to go to? It's going to go on the spot market. So there are going to be more loads on there, and it's going to be more demand, so it drives the rate up, and so we can make good money. I mean, that's what we're in it for. I don't know about you. I'm not in it to go broke. Like I told somebody before, I got to have this bunch to run, or I'd go broke setting at house easier that I can on the road. Just know your worth. Don't cheat yourself. Know your worth. And I hope this video helps. And if you got any questions, like I said, comment below. I'm here to help and do the best I can. I'm just kind of telling you how I would have done it if I'd started off trucking. And I'd have been in a better place. I've had my trucks in shops because I didn't know how to work on my stuff when I was a beginner. But now that I know how to, I've always been, I guess you could say, mechanically inclined. I always had a shop working on cars and stuff with. It ain't really much different. It's just bigger pieces and just knowing how the diesel motor works and all that. Air brake system. And like I said, there's YouTube videos out here. I try to make YouTube videos on how to work on trucks and what to do and how to do it. I got 1 or 2 videos out, and I need to do more. Honestly, when I go to working on my truck, I want to get it done, and I don't think about videoing and how to do things. How I do it. I've rebuilt this front structure in this truck, and there's no videos out on how to rebuild a front structure, and I daggum flunked. I don't think I might had a video. I can't remember if I did or not, but I had to reseal it up. It's leaking a lot of oil. But anyhow, getting off subject, just like and subscribe. If you got any questions, comment below. I hope this helped. And you know, just more freedom. You get out from under somebody, working from under somebody. You can work for yourself. You got more freedom. You don't have to ask off work. You know, you don't have to be like, well, I need to do this or I need that. You know, ask somebody. Man, you got freedom. Hey, I'm going to plan around my schedule. You know, you ask yourself if you can take off or not. But anyhow, hope this helped. Comment below, and I will answer when I can. And hope y'all have a good day and happy trucking. And you know, I pray you're successful. I hope this video helps you, makes you successful. Anyhow, I'm rambling on here. I'm going to end this video right now. Y'all have a good day.